Welcome to Subramani. Um you can describe the year 2021 in various ways, but it won't be very wrong if you say this is also the year of the crypto. The cryptocurrency has really arrived, and everybody has been looking at it, and I am not very sure that it is smaller than the Indian mutual fund industry. It is perhaps bigger. And the most important thing is we have no regulator, right? We have no Bitcoin regulator, we have no clue of the cryptocurrency regulator. Now look at what I did. I just said Bitcoin instead of cryptocurrency. For all practical purposes, I think the Bitcoin market cap is now exceeding 1 trillion. Is it big? I don't think it is too big, but I think the Indian participation is huge. And when we talk of cryptocurrency, we talk largely of Bitcoin, because I think Bitcoin is 40-50% of the market capitalization of the Bitcoin thing. So it's obvious that when you talk about it, when you talk about cryptocurrency, you will talk about Bitcoin, because that's the place where most of us will start if we were to ever start our journey. So the question is, should there be Bitcoin in your portfolio? So first, the caveat. Bitcoin is spoken about, Bitcoin, people are investing, Bitcoin is not illegal, right? I can buy Bitcoin, I can sell Bitcoin. The problem arises is Bitcoin regulated? The answer is no. So if I buy Bitcoin and sell Bitcoin, will I have capital gains tax? Of course I will have capital gains tax. Will I have to pay tax? The answer has to be yes. But there is no such provision in the Income Tax Act which says cryptocurrency 1 year is long term, 3 years is short term, 3 years is long term. Nothing we know. So you have to generally go by tukkabaji, and because it is not regulated. But don't make the mistake of thinking because it is not regulated, it is not taxed. It is taxed. This is like peer-to-peer lending. It may not be regulated. If you lose money, you could have a problem, but if you gain money, if you earn interest, you will have to pay tax. There is no mistake about that. So yes, cryptocurrencies are taxable. Cryptocurrencies are not regulated. Government of India has no clue what to do. You expect the Prime Minister to come and give a view on the cryptocurrency. I have no clue what is happening. So what are the risks in cryptocurrency? Now typically, if you invest in a mutual fund, let's say you invest in a mutual fund through an agent, it does not matter even if the agent were to change, if the agent were to die, nothing would happen, because your relationship is with the manufacturer. So if you have your PAN number, that is enough for you to access all your mutual funds, however you invested, through a bank, through an MFD, through a direct mode, through one of the apps. It doesn't matter. Your relationship is there. That person has just been an agent, he's brought you, or she has brought you to that investment. Beyond that, that person does not have a role. Now it's very clear that if you have paid money, you will get units, and if you have units, you will be able to redeem it, subject of course to lock-in and exit load, etc. But that is the relationship. Now if you buy cryptocurrency, very good, you made money, it has appreciated. What happens if the person who is supposedly the service provider just defaults, does not allow you to withdraw? So here you are, you put in 10 lakhs and that has become 1 crore, or say at least 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs, and then they don't allow you to withdraw. What can you do? Can you go and complain? No. Can you go to the police? No, because the police doesn't even know how to act on something like this, and I don't blame the police. Very few people really understand how the crypto works. So those are the additional risks. Of course, there is risk that their value will go down, but there's a bigger risk that you put in somewhere and you lose a password or something like that happens, and you're unable to access your money. So that is definitely a risk. So one more question which came up is, people are calling this Bitcoin as digital gold. Well, it is true, because both gold and say Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, you can buy both online, you can store it online, and you can sell it when you want. That is the theory. Now gold may not be the best inflation hedge, and neither may be crypto, because crypto, what I don't like about crypto is the fluctuation is too much. I mean, 10% jump or 10% fall in a day is pretty unnerving for you to put a big amount of money. So if you put 1 crore of rupees and you watch your portfolio go down by 10 lakhs or you'd go up by 8 lakhs, I don't know if you have the stomach to take that kind of a loss. So I would suggest, if you want to put a small amount and put every month and say I can afford to lose it, that kind of money you can put, and be ready that something can go wrong. So if your 10 lakhs has become 40 lakhs, there's no harm in removing 20 lakhs and using it for buying some other asset, simply because you don't want to keep on accumulating an asset which you don't know whether you will be able to withdraw. That is my only peeve against it. Or you can say it is the starting of the industry, and for me, so I will put 1000 rupees every month, or 2000 rupees, or 10,000 rupees every month. I can afford to lose it, and after 5-6 years only I will review. I will not worry on a day-to-day valuation change by 10% or 15%. One day when more and more people participate, I'm sure there will be more better price discovery and it won't be so volatile. Perfectly all right. It is for you to think, but understand one thing: it is possible that it creates a lot of value and you are unable to withdraw it. In such a stage, you won't be able to do anything about it. Is cryptocurrency a good inflation hedge? I don't know, because it is not, I can't see it as an asset class till I see more less standard deviation. Less returns maybe, but less standard deviation. So gold is again a hedge against inflation, or well, it is claimed to be an hedge against inflation. I am not recommending it or anything. Personally, I put very little money in gold. To me, it doesn't matter. But is Bitcoin a great substitute for gold? I don't know. But yes, it is the same money which is going. So to be able to predict gold prices, you should be able to predict what is going to happen to Bitcoin. Will Bitcoin be a place of refuge? Like if there is a COVID kind of situation, say in March 2023, will people go remove their money from assets like say emerging markets or debt or equity and put into US equity? Will they put into gold, or will they put into crypto? Or will there actually be a run on crypto, saying, I don't know what is going to happen, let me book my profits and get out? So we don't know how people are going to use Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. So to that extent, it is a little worrisome. I would not treat it as a great asset class, but like I said, treat it like a place where you can go and put some small time money and then see what happens, right? So is it legal? No, it is illegal. Is it an inflation hedge? No. Is there a chance of that you will lose money? Answer is yes. Should you still be investing? The question is, there is always FOMO, fear of missing out. What if I put just 10,000 rupees a month? Otherwise, I am doing 3 lakh rupees SIP. By all means, you're putting only 3% of your capacity. 3% of your capacity, 2% of your capacity, 5% of your capacity can sound small, but please understand the power of compounding catches up. And if prices also go up, then it will become a big percentage. At that stage, you can take a call. But one thing is, if it's accumulating, don't be so thrilled about it, because at some stage, if you can't withdraw, or the government says everything is illegal, including Bitcoin, other cryptocurrencies, you don't know how governments react, right? So here is an organization which says we are against fiat currency. All governments love fiat currency. They can inflate their way out of a repayment of loans. So they have so much control, and they have control over the legislation of the bank. So what happens if they say you can't issue, bank can't transfer money for crypto buying and selling? Again, you are in trouble. We don't know. Lot of those uncertainties are there. Therefore, the amount that you put in crypto has to be small, insignificant. We should be willing to write it off, especially if it appreciates. Your 10 lakhs writing off may be easy, but your 10 lakhs has become 52 lakhs. And then you try to withdraw and they don't let you withdraw for whatever reasons. Then the loss looks like 52 lakhs, which is real, because the 52 lakhs is what you could have bought. You could have taken that money, made a down payment to buy a house maybe. But you can't do that because they don't give you access. So understand all this while investing in whether you want to use Bitcoin as a inflation hedge or a store of value or whatever. Right now, I wouldn't put too much money into it. If I want to look at store of value, I'd rather look at gold rather than Bitcoin. But gold also, I don't know, unless there is a crisis, gold is not going to give you great return. But yes, you're not looking for return, you're looking for protecting your capital. Then yes, gold, then yes, even bond funds, which are growth option. Great place to hide if the market falls. Whatever yield you get is a bonus. If that is how you look at it, I think it's a great time to be investing even in bond funds, not just in gold and crypto. As a portfolio diversifier, I would put more money in gold than in crypto, because gold has got a longer track record. So I would put money there, not in crypto. Personally, no, not in crypto. So Bitcoin is a decent inflation hedge, but please understand that we don't have enough track record of Bitcoin. We do not know what will happen. Limited number of coins, not limited number of coins, not regulated anywhere internationally. Those are all things to be worried about. So would I put more money in gold? If my choice was between gold and Bitcoin, I would rather put money in gold. What percentage would I put in Bitcoin? If I have to put 1 rupee as a hedge against inflation, as a protector against falling equity markets, etc., maybe 80 paise I'll put into gold and 20 paise I would put into cryptocurrency. Let me warn you again, as of now I have zero crypto assets, no Bitcoin, no nothing. I keep looking at it, I keep talking about it, I've done videos about it, but I have not invested 1 rupee into it. So that you should understand as a caveat.